Hi, I am Ria. I write about money, markets, and behavior, and in this channel, I'm going to talk through ideas more slowly and in depth. Today, I want to talk about something that a lot of people struggle with, which is why do they feel so uncertain about money when they're doing everything right? So let's name this feeling. There is this assumption that if you earn reasonably well, you save, you invest, you're not reckless, you should be financially secure. But often that is not the case. Instead, there is this low level unease in the background that am I actually doing this right? It's like a constant thought that am I good enough with my money? And that feeling tends to get louder when things around you are uncertain, when the markets are not moving smoothly. And the most frustrating part is that this does not come from being careless, it comes from not being anchored. So, why effort is not translating into confidence? Most people assume that money confidence comes from either earning more money or learning more about money. So they chase the next raise, consume more content, find more opinions, find more strategies. But confidence doesn't come from volume, it comes from clarity, clarity of thought. When money decisions don't have boundaries, every choice stays open ended. Should I invest more this month? Should I hold back? Am I overdoing it? Am I behind than other people? And when those questions never really get resolved, even the sensible person will start feeling insecure. The real issue is too many decisions. This is where the most amount of stress comes from. A lot of people are making reasonable decisions, but they are making them manually again and again. They are constantly renegotiating with themselves. That creates a mental load, and it also creates a subtle imposter syndrome where you are never quite sure if your choices are correct. I have written about how certain periods are not about pushing harder, but about whether your system actually holds when momentum fades. Without structure, even good behavior feels fragile. So, what is the solution? Well, the first thing that you can do is decide your safety number and ring fence it. One practical step that changes everything is deciding a clear safety number. That is the amount of money you keep purely to protect your day to day life. Emergencies, gaps between income, unexpected expenses, your day to day expenses, everything. For most people, that's about 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Once you decide that number, ring fence it. Don't invest, don't optimize, don't mentally spend it. It does one job only, which is to keep you calm. When safety is clearly handed, the rest of the money stops carrying emotional weight, and that can go into investing, and then whatever happens with the investment, you're fine with it. The second thing is that you replace the repeated decisions with rules. This second shift is moving from decisions to rules. Instead of deciding every month whether to invest, you set a rule and follow it. So instead of feeling guilty about spending, or you decide in advance what guilt free spending looks like. Reduce negotiation. Less negotiation is less stress. And consistency becomes easier when you are not redeciding everything all the time. Another thing you can do is optimize behavior before strategy. A lot of people jump straight into questions which are ETFs, what platforms, what allocations. Those things do not matter. They matter only after your behavior becomes stable. What actually determines outcomes is whether you can stay invested, stay consistent, and avoid reacting emotionally when nothing feels exciting. Boring systems work because they don't rely on confidence or motivation. So, tying all of these things together, this is why two people with similar incomes can have very different financial experiences. One feels calm and in control, the other feels constantly unsure. The difference is not intelligence or effort, it's whether the money decisions are structured or constantly being questioned. Clarity doesn't come from removing uncertainty from the world, it removes uncertainty from your own decision making. So, if money feels slightly unsettled for you right now, I wouldn't assume that you're doing anything wrong, and I would not rush into changing strategies or chasing better answers. Most of the times, the issue is not the intelligence, it is the structure. If you've enjoyed this video, please do support it by liking the video and subscribing to this channel.